and to my soror, Dr. Levada Levels, for the invitation and the chance to share some time here with you all. I am Texas State Representative Retta Andrews Bowers. I always, Miss Burnett, have to throw that Andrews in there because I can't forget from whence I came. And if I did, I could throw some Cox in there from Tig, Texas. I see those folks over there. Thank you. But my mother was and is a member of NCNW as well, and I was telling President Land and the ladies at our table that I will never forget the day that my mother walked over and said to my sister and I just paid for you all to be life members of NCNW. And I think I was a fresh Delta off the burning sands, and so knowing of the history of NCNW, there was nothing that would make me prouder to say, oh my gosh, Mom, what a gift. So I will say to you ladies today, I will be making sure I'm an active member here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I've been recruited to the Greater Trinity section. And what an honor. I have Kimberly Sawyer, who is a Legacy Life member as well, if you'll stand, is here with me today. She was going to be here, she told me anyway.
Yes, she's great.
And we were discussing it as we do weekly to vet our calendar. And she said, oh, Rep, I'll be there anyway. So what a gift to share that with Kimberly as I share so many things with her in the Capitol weekly. Thanks to many of you. I think Ms. Moss mentioned House Bill 3435 that was in my freshman session about Texas Girls in STEM Day. But I can't stand here without saying something about the Texas Crown Act. You know, you all helped to make that a real possibility for us as well. And I do mean us in the state of Texas. We are the most southern state with a Republican trifecta that was able to bring the Crown Act to victory. And we are working still to this day. This session I met with Commissioner Mike Curet to talk with him about the cases that we have in our school districts, because there's so many school districts that were non-compliant. And then they took it to court. Some of it with Darrell George outside of Houston and Barbers Hill ISD is still in litigation. So we are making sure, he assured me that they were opening all those cases and they were going to make sure that we see the Crown Act, which we know to be law, come to fruition and that it is truly enforced and implemented. So, good afternoon to you. That was just my intro. But I won't keep y'all here, I promise, because I am not a preacher. But good afternoon, my beautiful sisters of the Greater Trinity section of NCNW. I'm beyond honored to join you for today's Women of Impact Luncheon. Proud to say that I know all three of the recipients and honorees and have seen their work and witnessed it firsthand. I've given my thanks to the chapter and to the president, and so from Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune and to Dr. Dorothy Height, our legacy reminds us that when Black women organize, entire communities rise. Visionaries see possibilities where others see limitations. The women we honor today have dared to dream, to disrupt, and to deliver impact. Your stories of overcoming and lifting others, of transforming communities, are a blueprint for future generations. And so thank you, Ms. Moss, for mentioning my son as he is out there at the polls. And I wanted to insert this personal anecdote. I didn't wear my lavender today because when I looked at this dress, it was not only the colors of my son's campaign, but mine intertwined. And I will say that our future, it is bright, but we as a people are under attack. So when we look at community, whether it's mentoring, advocating, healing, or leading, we have to look around and know that leaders that, like the ones you all honor today, remind us that impact doesn't require permission, but only purpose. I have to say, too, as well, to our amazing students receiving scholarships today. We are so proud of you. You are the promise that we've been waiting for. Scholarships don't just change students' lives, they change families, they change communities, and our collective future. One of the bills that I'm passionate about, and before I get to this bill, there's another bill that I want to mention that I'm going to lay out this week in committee, and it's House Bill 4893. Thank you, Kimberly, for shaking your head. I know the hard work that we've been doing in the office, but this bill, y'all, is for the Breakthrough Program. And are there any first-generation college students in this room? Because that's what this bill is all about. It's a program, the Breakthrough Program. It's currently serving 4,000 students in the state of Texas, in Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and Fort Worth, hoping to expand to the Dallas-Fort Worth area and to San Antonio and across the state with passage this month. So I just wanted to mention that, especially with the great work that you all are doing here at Greater Trinity. But one of the bills I'm also very passionate about this session is House Bill 36. House Bill 36 is a critical step in protecting victims of family violence and holding offenders accountable. And so, thank you. With you all wearing lavender today and the color purple, truly the color of domestic violence survivors, I am so proud to say that we passed it out of the House just recently. We passed House Bill 36. Kimberly, it seems like last week, but yes, last week out of the House. And I want you to know that it is House Bill 36. It was named after Sharon Radabaugh, who is a dear friend of mine and supporter from day one, and she was murdered by an ex-partner soon after we returned home from session in 23. We got home to the news of Sharon being shot. Her ex-partner drove 3 hours to let himself in her garage and home, to shoot her at point-blank range, and then to let himself out and drive 3 hours back home. Yet he was named incompetent and could not be tried. So we're doing this work in honor of Sharon. I want y'all to know, with a low bill number like 36, it means that the Speaker of the Texas House took it under his priorities as well. And I do believe, I know the Sorrows that were there for Red and White Day. I know 36 was on your list. I think that the Zetas were there and many others, the AKAs were there, really wrapping their arms behind this legislation. House Bill 36 will not only do these few things, but it will improve the monitoring of certain family violence offenders. It will provide enhanced resources and support for victims, and it ensures better data collection about bond conditions in these cases because the information saves lives. And I want you to know there was another little bill. I'll call it a little bill. It's a little bit smaller than 36, but House Bill 2492. Thank you, Kimberly. When we laid this other domestic violence bill out, I need to tell y'all how soon bills and legislation can save lives. The day we laid it out, 2492, there was a young lady in the hearing that was only saved from her violent husband because she was there in the Capitol, and she was there to testify for the bill prior to 2492. That same day, that same night, I will say, the constable that came to testify for 2492 and others got that woman to safety and got her to the help and resources that she needs. So that's the kind of life-saving legislation that we are moving. Too many survivors face symptoms that fail to protect them. This bill says no more. With House Bill 36, we are building a response that is proactive, coordinated, centered on safety. This isn't just about punishment. It's about prevention, about care, about ensuring survivors don't just escape violence, but they rebuild peace. Because no woman or man, I will say, because my colleagues reminded me that men face domestic violence as well, should have to live in fear. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need all hands on deck. We need advocates, we need our churches, law enforcement, legislators, and the population as a whole to make sure that no one falls through the cracks. Thank you for letting me share and stand with you and share just a moment with so many women and men of courage and conviction. Again, to the honorees, you are the heartbeat of change. To our students, keep rising. And to everyone here, let's keep building together. In the words of Dr. Haidt, greatness is not measured by a woman or a man, or what a woman or a man accomplishes, but by the opposition he or she has overcome to reach those goals. And today, looking out at all of you, I see greatness all around me, and I thank you so very much for giving me the honor to share this moment with you today.
Before she leaves, I have to come and thank her publicly. She's correct. Statewide members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, we were at the Capitol 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. 386 Deltas. Wow. Now, we were able to meet with, from the governor to every elected official at the Capitol, every representative, West Texas, East Texas, South Texas, wherever they were from, East Texas. We met with every representative and every member of the Senate, every senator. And in those meetings, we were able to share several bills. And 2 of those bills were actually pieces that she authored or co-authored. It's important to know that our elected officials are representing us. Yes, yes. That's their job. Don't feel like you cannot ask your elected officials to represent you in what you believe. We believe in voting and civic engagement and protection around voting rights, right? We believe that every child should have a wonderful school experience, and they need to fund schools properly so that all of our students can have the same experiences, right? We want certified teachers in our classrooms. We want the best. We want to ensure that they are not going to interfere with the reproductive rights and the freedoms of women, right? We want quality health care everywhere. Do you know that your zip code determines your life expectancy? How long you live? That's what the demographers are looking at now. And they are planning communities across the state and across the nation. They look at certain zip codes and they know they won't live long in those areas. So we don't invest. We don't spend money in those areas. So we know that we need support. We need programs to ensure in those areas that people have Medicaid, Medicare, and quality health care. So I want to thank Rep. Bowers because she is a champion for us. We take this for granted. We have some outstanding state representatives in our area. Everybody can't say it. And it can change. And it can change. And she's only there because we support her. And she represents that East Dallas County area. It's still Dallas County, but she's in that area. And so I have no shame in asking you to vote for her and support her. Additionally, her son, he understands. He's been trained. He's been trained. We want Mr. Bowers to win in Garland, in the Garland City Council. Rowlett. If you live in Rowlett, you need to vote for me. If you know somebody, call him today, vote for John Bowers, right? John Bowers. Because we want people that represent our values and what's important to us. I have to say that. I'm sorry.
And Sarah, I just wanted to share quickly, I'm proud to be one of the Democrats, the 57 that broke quorum and flew to Washington for our voting rights. Will never be prouder. I have that warrant for my arrest framed right next to my college degree on the wall.
And to drink, what can I get for y'all?
And yes, and I have to say this. She started it. My last comment, well, two more comments.
Lemonade.
She mentioned that we had 57 Democrats that got tired of what was happening at the state capitol and under our governor, and they took flights and they went to D.C. because of that experience. We have a U.S. Congresswoman named Jasmine Parker. Jasmine led that effort. She led that effort. And because of her courage, innovation, and boldness, she was being urged by the late Eddie Bernice Johnson herself to run in her position when she retired. So I want you to know someone's always looking at you. You don't know who's looking at you. Somebody's going to say, hey, Rella's going to be looking for somebody to take over for her. So when you're ready, they'll call upon you. I want to bring that up. Thank you. Thank you. Last thing, well, I have a couple things. I'm sorry. I'm not going to hold you hostage. Thank you. We have several voters guides that we passed out because part of the NCNW, we understand the importance in being engaged civically. So we have provided you election guides, and it gives you information about different candidates throughout Dallas County and all the different races. Additionally, about the bonds. Please take the time to read those, and you can, if you haven't voted, it can help you select them. I'm going to close. My last remarks is I want to thank Greater Trinity. Can you all join me in thank you with a hand clap for the members of Greater Trinity making this happen today. I want to thank our student awardees. Congratulations to our students, Preston, Reginald, and Zoe. We look forward to what you're going to do. And this is a true story. 2 weeks ago, we received a letter, an email from one of the students from last year. He was one of our winners last year. He emailed me, Dr. Levels, how are you doing? And he went on and on and on. I can tell you everything. But then he narrowed it down. He said, I thank you for what you did for me. He said, but the one thing I'm proud of, I'm representing Greater Trinity. I was voted Mr.